I got started in officiating with Glenn Hawkins. Glenn Hawkins was the chairman of the board for the Anniston Parks and Recreation Department. I was 21 years old, just gotten out of college, and Glenn hired me as the athletic director for the Parks and Recreation Department in Anniston. He had asked me several times, to officiate from the time that I was 21 till the time I was 30. He worked on me that long. But in the meantime, he would come in on Friday to sign checks, and he'd say, "Don, I need a clock operator in football." And I would say, "Okay," and I'd do anything he asked. I really thought a lot of Glenn. I loved Glenn Hawkins. And he asked me to keep the clock, so I would go with him and keep the clock. The only bad thing about that, the first time I did it, when I was 21, first time I did it, Glenn said, "Well, we're going to Winterboro." And he said, "Meet at the bank." I said, "Glenn, I don't have any uniforms, I don't have anything." He said, "I'll have a uniform at the bank." So I get to the bank. Well, the pants are about 2X large. I wore medium. The shirt was about a 2X large. I wore medium. The only thing that saved me was the cap. It was so big it covered my face, so no one knew who I was. Woodland and Ranburne are playing a football game at Ranburne. Big rivalry. I was in the game, Keith Robertson was in the game, Mike Miller was in the game, Wayne Carden was in the game. And they really thought we were good officials. About midway the fourth quarter, scores 0-0. Woodland's got the ball, maybe on Ranburne's 45-yard line, 3rd and 10. The quarterback takes the ball and rides the fullback into the line of scrimmage. Well, when he does that, everybody hits the fullback. And I'm thinking to myself, why have they not hit a whistle on this? So I never blew my whistle as a referee unless the play was in the backfield. So I raised my hand, blew my whistle, and about that time, I see the guy going down the sideline, the quarterback with the ball. Nobody around him. Of course, I hit it, killed the play. Max Yarborough is having a fit over there on the side. Hudson, get over here. So what in the world's happening? So get over here. So he calls timeout, and on the way to the sideline, I'm thinking, nobody taught me what to say in times like this. On the way to the sideline, I hear Coach Yarborough ask Ronnie Prince, assistant coach, said, "Who hit that whistle?" So that gives me time to think. Now I'm thinking, hey, I got to be honest about this. I can't tell him a story. I've got to be truthful. So I get to the sideline, and he said, "This is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. This is awful." He said, "Who blew that whistle?" And I said, "Coach, I got to be honest with you, Keith Robertson." Well, of course, he tells me then, "Go get Keith, bring him to the sideline." He said, "This is the most awful." He said, "I'm going to bless him." I said, "Coach, I'll get on to him." I said, "I'll take care of this. You're too mad to talk to him now." And this is honest truth. I didn't tell Keith, nor did I tell Coach Yarborough. It was 4 or 5 years before I told him. And of course, Keith and Coach Yarborough by then had settled down and everything was good. But that's one of the most memorable moments in my officiating career. The part of officiating that I think gave me the most gratification is the fact it is a sense of accomplishment. I've called games in basketball, football, and baseball. After the game, I'd go home at night and I'd think about all the plays I missed. And I would do that now if I was still officiating. But I think it's that sense of knowing that you did a good job, or recognizing the fact that you didn't do a good job. And also, you're helping the kids, you're helping the schools, you're helping your community. So the sense of accomplishment, I think, is the greatest gratification. When I got in East Alabama Officials Association, we had a lot of good officials. We had Bob Lee, Bill Chappell, Billy Ferguson, Charlie Burgess. And back then, all these guys would call football, basketball, and baseball. I also had some good mentors, and all these guys helped. These guys took me under their wing, and I was a little bit older than other guys. Mark Jones, Keith Robertson, Wayne Carden, all of us came in about the same time. Bob Lee gave me a great start because he was booking UAB's non-conference basketball games, and he put me in a game. Well, he happened to put me in a game with Bill Gaulden. At least I knew who Bill was, and Bill was booking for the Gulf South Conference then. He was in the SEC then, and Bill Gaulden helped me tremendously. My family has always supported me, my mom and dad, sisters, from Little League Baseball through high school, through college, through the officiating. in a lot of ways. Now, my situation's a little bit different because during the time I started officiating until the time I ended, I was not married, didn't have any kids. My girlfriend of 12, 13, 14 years, she helped, she listened to that, and no matter where I went, she was with me or supported me for sure. Things are different now because I'm married. In fact, I married her, and then I've got 2 boys that are 22 and 24. So the supportive family was really good. The advice that I would give to a first-year official about officiating is find you a mentor. Seek them, ask them questions, let them help you with things that they've already been through. I think the biggest suggestion I would have would be you've got to have a good personality. You've got to have a good rapport with the players and the coaches. I know that we've had officials that maybe weren't as good as other officials, but they could get along with the players, the coaches, and they had a good attitude. And I think that's the most important thing. For sure, you need to know the rules, but the little secret there, I think, is you need to know how to apply the rules. My selection into the Alabama Sports Officials Hall of Fame is quite an honor. And it gives credence to it because you're chosen from your peers. It's people that's gone through the same things that you've gone through, and they understand it. I'm thankful for Greg Brewer and the foundation for starting this program. I'm honored to be inducted into this class. And again, thank you for the committee, for the foundation, and the work that they've done in order to recognize officials for the state of Alabama.